reinforcements? Like...
I'd sooner die before I tell you anything. Wait. Your neck. Impossible. It's you. Please tell me you're not one of them.
No. I just stole their gear.
It's clever. Oh, there's so much to say. But the curtain falls on me, my son. My boy, stolen from me. I am a vigil, sworn to protect Hadea. We failed to stop the calamity, but hope stands before me. Take this. It's called the Keystone of Grief. Promise me. You must continue what we've begun to uncover. Find the journalist. Find Agatha. When you do, use the passcode. Pentos. They won't trust you. Especially dressed like that. I saw them escape into the rocky ridges. To the southwest. Towards the old windmill. I'm sorry. My burden is now yours to carry. Promise me. We'll stop the calamity.
I will. Is Agatha my mother?
Your mother is dead.
I read your psyche eval. The military officially diagnosed you as being a high-functioning sociopath. I see why you were so successful. Out of curiosity, what's it like to barely feel anything?
Practical. I never second guess. I have no regrets, no fear, no animosity.
Even towards me?
Even you.
Give it time. I tend to bring out the worst in people. So, could you help me understand something? Your father dies in front of you. Your mother is dead. Why pursue this?
I stared into my father's eyes and saw a man with something I never had.
And what was that?
An undying purpose. I stood in the home I was born in, and it only seemed to fill me with more emptiness. No memories, no feelings. Nothing had changed. In that moment, I felt a connection.
To him?
To Hadea.
Interesting. So, where did you go from there?
I don't know if it's the stress, the hunger, or the cold. I need the medication in my suitcase. You found my medication? Oh, what a relief. I can't even fathom what...
You found Mrs. Cross's medication? I hope she'll start feeling better soon. I can't wait to tell Mr. Atticus.
Albin and I fled from Jova when we heard the Asterian army was approaching. We left Albin is really beside himself about it. We just couldn't risk...
Oh, my poor Max. I prayed to Setherus that those Sabinian cretins haven't...
journalist. Article 79 of the Geneva Convention formally states that journalists are I'm Tanya Elva. I'm an independent investigative journalist. Oh, so we're on the same team then. Vitalis is the source of my story. We met for the first... I don't know much about him. He was taking me to the Vigil headquarters when we got ambushed. It's somewhere in these rocky ridges. Yes, I am. In my defense, you are dressed like the enemy. I was just covering my arse. They call it the Watcher's Nest. To get there, Vitalis said we must follow the path with all the tombstones and obelisks just west of here. Vitalis described the entrance as a doorway etched into solid rock. You need 2 keys to open the door. Vitalis gave me one during the ambush. Please, take it. Fine. We escaped the ambush together and headed into the rocky ridges. The enemy was following us. Agatha and I split up in the path with all the mining carts, and she made sure they followed her. Head back to where the path splits. I went left, and I won't be joining you. My old injuries are acting up. I will only slow you down. I can see your APC from here. I'll head there and wait for you. Did you find Agatha? Find Agatha. Ah, fucking hell. How did she... Never mind. Finding the Watcher's Nest is the only move left.
Listen, I don't want any trouble. I'm just looking for supplies. The name's Atticus. I escaped the Medini prison camp when the demons attacked. I should have died there. I joined up with some refugees. We have a camp close by. The path to reach it is behind the giant stone serpent. Head north. These people need me. They're in bad shape. Have you seen the destroyed ON vehicles on the road? They're northeast of the Weeping Knight statue. If only I could find the keys and get it started, I could take these people to... I saw a large door carved into the rock. Head back on this path and turn... Careful, though. There's a huge demon lurking in front. When I... Yes, he's my father. I'm glad to know he's alive and well. This makes... It doesn't look like it, but... History lessons were modified to suit new campus groups and fraternities were formed and engaged. Some of us stood firm, but most ended up... I was the only one in the family who had been given this chance. Then I noticed that this was happening all over. When the war erupted, I needed to... Civilian soldiers. I stole. After months, I sought rest. He said he would... It worked like a charm. Did you know that the peacekeepers... I'll tell you what they did care about. The stench of death. Let me tell you about... They would enter the gates of hell to these civilians of a wealthy, petty dispute. They are my brothers since... They are not. This disaster is the... Once the strange and TR made the great...
oaths are sacrosanct. How could one betray the Order at a moment such as this? I harbor a growing suspicion, an insidious notion that is slowly taking root. Harrowing, if accurate. It chills me to the bone. I cannot inform the others until I have arrived at certainty without doubt. The risk of exposure is too great. What would she possibly have to gain? I pray that I am mistaken. Consequences would be disastrous. Likely the end of the vigil as we know it.
That's interesting.
Tanya?
I made it back to your APC and figured out how to access your drone's controls.
Oh, great.
Bring back that scroll you just picked up. I found something in the APC that can help us.
Funny. I've never seen you before. No matter. My name is Gildas Brom. I am the oldest member. We have accumulated quite a... Initially, the Watcher's Nest was a barracks for the Fall Guard. Abandoned it. Today, it is a beacon, although we haven't been able to open. If you have the keystone, this can only mean one thing. Unfortunately, there is no time to mourn him. As for the artifact, we only... The keystone of grief was found, whatever the keystone is. I'm sure you are aware that nothing is free in this world. As a vigil, you swore an oath. By performing good deeds for Hadeans, you can acquire some relic. You may have noticed that the creature, despite being... That's because you haven't shut down their time loop. You need to kill the Guardians first, and only... We must shut down all the time loops. I know, it seems like an impossible... Take this. It will help you detect the Guardians. This is what you found. That isn't very reassuring. More riddles. I recognize the old Hadean language. It died out centuries ago. The necklaces we carry today belong to the Fall Guards. Crafting these necklaces is a lost art. Many have tried unlocking the secret. They are precious and rare, which is why each member... Consider what our smiths need to forge our... Think about it. You can't slay the creature. They ensnare moments in time. Now, how to shut it down? Once inside, the center is deadly to humans, so the Ammon prisms are extremely rare. This is the only one I have left. Remember, when you close a time loop, come back. There must be thousands. Roll up your... It's simple. Help our people. Hadeans are a proud bunch. They won't ask. The more you help our fellow Hadeans, the more relics and items you can acquire. Now, oh, I can tell. It's in your eyes. Hadeans are lucky to have a vigil. Hadeans need to rejoice. I believe the only calamity is the answer is buried out there some. War is beyond tragedy. In fact, we haven't seen. This is why the vigil. I'll never. I don't know much about the peacekeepers. However, unlike us, technically I am Sabinian. I went to school just like I was always the outside. That always bothered me. I'm afraid they were too far. I have no ill feelings toward the Palam. Well, the way the propagandists, and now look at us. The time loops appeared at midnight. You would think we would all be. We are uncertain with our lack of answer. Thoughtful, but the vigils have no.
you can't, Romeo. Repeat, we are under attack. Requesting immediate evacuation.
these the keys to the ON truck? Where on earth? This is great news. I'll head back to the camp and tell the others. We're getting out of here.
You really should lock your doors before leaving.
Yeah, there was no need to before.
Now this is an ideal vehicle to roam a war-torn country. It's even got cup holders. Do you realize what you have here?
It gets me where I need to go.
It's a state-of-the-art armored personnel carrier with tech I didn't even know existed. I had fun pressing all the buttons.
Was there a mute button?
Smart ass. Do you want to know what I found or not?
Tell me.
This computer is linked to something called the Zeal server. I came across that name before. The Zeal Council. I have no idea who or what they are.
And?
This server appears to have a vast database containing history of Hadea. As of now, I only have limited access. Give me some time and I'm sure I can get through to more.
Interesting.
When Vitalis contacted me, he told me he wanted...
Whatever deal you had with Vitalis, it died along with him.
I'm sorry you lost your friend.
Don't be. I didn't know him.
Whatever the Vigil is up to, it's on you now, right? I want to piece together whatever is happening here, and you want to stop it. Neither of us can do this on our own. I found a tracking device embedded behind a panel. I know I don't look it, but I have my uses. Face it, you wouldn't have gotten far without me.
All right. You can tag along.
Good. Show me what you found in the coffin. Interesting. Let's talk about the scroll once I'm done examining it. Okay, I finished examining the scroll. I translated the text. It's a riddle. I suggest you read it. I'm sure it will make more sense. As for the blue flower, the Zeal server is giving me the usual encyclopedic answer. It's not providing it. The drawings are landmarks, and the blue flower is the key to finding their location. Whatever this place is, it's a well-guarded secret. I'm sure it holds the clues to Vitalis' investigation into... I think it's time for you to chat with the locals. Talking isn't your strong suit, but someone must know where this flower grows. If someone were to say I was obsessed with it, I've always wanted to see it with my own eye. There is a dark secret. Someone must know where this blue flower... My obsession with Hadea started when I was a little girl. He told me I've covered... while crossing Hadea. Once the small talk... I don't know why. Horrifying as this anecdote. It's a great idea. Peacekeeper? No. They sought to less... I'm not one to ever... Mind you, they strike me as... Again, these are just... I'll never... When I finally... I'm at a loss. My instincts... Find anything out there? Interesting. I'll look it up. The Zeal server has to say about this one. Nice find. Let's run it through the database. Interesting. I'll look it up. Interesting find. Let's see what the server can tell us about it. Nice find. Let's run it through the database. I discovered a vault of forbidden knowledge in Senator Forest. Let's see what the Zeal server has to say about this one. Nice find. Let's run it through the database. Interesting find. Let's see what the server can tell us about it.
It was clever of you to remove our tracker, especially for a civilian. But you aren't a civilian, are you? We still managed to get clear pictures of you both. It's only a matter of time before we ID you. When we do, I will turn my attention toward the people you care about. Will I find someone in Jova? The Vyssa Hills?
Charming.
She's hot on our trail.
Then whatever business we have here, let's make it quick.
My son! How's Atticus doing?
He's a kid now. The things he's seen.
This flower, do you know where it grows?
I know this species. It's called adder's tear. It grows only... I used to take fishing trips there. Sometimes I would sit there.
What do you know about the tower?
If I were you, I would avoid that place. I forbade my sons to even go near it.
How are things?
Mere words cannot express the joy. He helped the Saab soldiers. Thank you.
Thank you so much for... I brought everyone willing to...
Do you know anything about the tower?
Please, don't tell my father about this. But my brothers and I used to go there. We were always trying to find a way inside until we heard the scream. We never went back.
Do you know where this flower...
No, but my father would know. He used to bring her a gorgeous...
How are you holding up?
It's so good to...
Mr. Atticus is the coolest. He brought me and Mrs. Koss and Mika here. This place is awesome.
Sethris gaze upon you, stranger. If not for you, I really don't need...
That's cool.